Hello, this is a presentation interview of speaking with a HR professional. This is for the 2026 spring LHRD 4603 class with Professor Yvette Marsh. My name is Don Neumiller. A brief outline of the presentation will be an introduction, background of the organization, description of training intervention, activities, desired outcomes, key stakeholders, evaluation, and reflection. The introduction, I spoke with an employee of a large state institution of higher education found in the southern United States. They have approximately 5,000 full-time employees, both faculty and staff. This HR professional has been employed for 9 years with this institution, their primary focus being the driving of the impact of employee engagement and employee professional development, enhancing workplace culture, and organizing employee milestones and commitment to the organization. This individual is also an adjunct instructor and a PhD candidate, so they are well versed in HR. This HR training department offers a full range of training from soft essential skills, time management and such, to management theory and leadership development programs. They also have assessment-based workshops and customized departmental training. There's also training in support of state and federal guidelines. Approximately 50% of training programs are customized for specific audiences. Currently, there are 4 team members, 5 when fully staffed, and all with some training component attached to their positions. The maximum class size is 35, and they usually will not engage with 10 or less. This recent training initiative that we discussed was for a large department within the organization. The sponsors were the HR compensation group, which focuses on job description, market adjustment, pay, and other responsibilities. The training initiative was a 4-hour job description workshop for managers. This HR professional did not facilitate the workshop, but created the PowerPoint presentation and activities while also attending the training session. There were 22 participants attending. The purpose of the training was that managers were learning how to craft a job description within the workshop and to develop a purpose statement that is added to the job description. The activities are primarily a lecture component with PowerPoint presentation, which kept attendees engaged in the content. Attendees were supplied workbooks with which they can follow along, taking notes, fill in the blanks, and then take home for continued study and review. Discussions were held both in small groups and with the full group on crafting a job description. So there was some kind of this constant movement back and forth between the PowerPoint and discussion and the notebook. And then the attendees were also actively crafting job descriptions with peers seated next to them. A follow-up email containing links to additional resources was sent to each participant. The purpose of the intervention and the desired outcomes was that it provided additional insight and information to the managers. It was a continuous update for managers across the campus, of which there are hundreds, and it ensures the maintenance and organizational cultures and standards. And it also helps the managers understand what's required of them. Key stakeholders are the attendees themselves, the departmental managers, the sponsors being the HR compensation group, HR training team, the department of the organization for whom the training was held, and the educational institution itself. Evaluation, there was no pre or post survey to determine beginning and end proficiency. There was an exit survey, and according to our Kirkpatrick model, this would be considered a level 1 evaluation, the reaction, what they thought of the training session itself. There was discussion throughout the training program and participants actively working to create job descriptions which would lead to a better understanding of the process. There's ongoing evaluation by instructors to help them create better products. This is a level 2 of learning. There were no follow-up surveys, focus groups, or interviews. It is to some degree informally evaluated by monitoring the nature of questions received by the HR department. If there's no more questions on the subject matter, then the presentation was deemed quite possibly successful. If questions continue, less successful. If properly instituted, this would or could constitute a level 3 evaluation on behavior, but it's not being properly instituted at this time. For reflection, there's a lot of thought and work that goes into something that seems really simple, like the manager's creating a job description. But it's necessary to maintain organizational culture and standards. Without all this work, the chances of success would be greatly diminished. Still, further evaluation is needed to assure they are receiving the desired results. This training program is not customized for each department or demographic, so they could possibly engage focus groups reaching across different departments to see how the material is received and utilized. Thank you.